Hello, wildflowers and friends. We're going to use these 5 words to talk. They're all verbs. There's something you do. Yes. Hop, sing, hope, bake, cry. Yep. We're going to talk about, so this says This vowel says This says sing. It actually, when you put it with an NG, it's got almost a long E sound. Ing. Hope. We know this is a long O because it has a silent E helper. Bake, long A with a silent E helper. And this one, you have a Y at the end of a one-syllable word. And it says the long sound I. We are going to have longer lessons on each one of these types of words and adding the ending ed on it. Ed means past tense. It means you already did the action. So I wrote the word done. Past. It's in the past. P-A-S-T. Not past like he passed me the plate of cookies. So I have a little eyeball, ed. That's what we see. We're going to be putting eds on here. We'll be either adding t, d, or id. Those are the 3 sounds we have to pick from. So let's get at it. When you have a short O, a closed CVC word, short, simple, and sweet, and it says or we keep it, but we have to double the last letter. Hop became hopped. We cannot put the ed on until we have doubled the last letter. So if it says any of those basic sounds that we learned in kindergarten, we have to double the letter. Hopped. If you like this lesson, I'll have a longer one on just doubling the last letter. Hopped. I hear a T. So I'll put that right there. Hopped. Sing. Sing. This is called an irregular one. We don't say singed. We changed the whole word in some way. The I became an A. Sang. Sang. There's a whole group called irregular verbs. They don't put ed on to say past tense or that it's already done. Nope. So I can cover up the ed. Yeah. They switch it all together. Something about this word changed. In this case, they changed the vowel. Okay. We have hope. Well, I'm going to tell you something about eds. They start with an E right here. We don't take an existing word that already has an E, a silent E, and then shove on another E. We don't do that. We take off the silent helper. The help is already there. It says ho, H-O. That is still hope. We took off the silent letter so that we could add the ed. So we always add an ed. Every now and then a teacher will say, we just add a D. Not really. That's what it looks like. It looks like we just added a D. We just got rid of the silent one and then went ahead and put the past tense E on there. Hoped. I hear another T. So I'm going to put that sound there. Bake follows the same rule. So we keep the change B-A. We don't say ba, we say bay. Bake. Get rid of the silent letter. Put on the ed. Baked. Yep, there's a T. I told you in another video that often ed says t, and that fools people that are trying to learn English as a second language. They try to put a d, either a ed or it or just d. Now, short little one-syllable words that have a Y at the end, all by itself that says I. We can't leave it a Y. We have to change it to the actual letter that it says. I. Cry. That is still saying the long I sound. It's just, instead of having a Y there, that's symbolizing the long I sound, now it actually has a long I. And then put your ED. Cried. Yep. Just the D. None of these words used the id. No. None of them did. We made changes on all of them. Doubled the last consonant letter. Changed it all together. Dropped the silent E's. And then put our EDs. And then we changed the Y to an I and added ED. Yep. Each one of these is going to have a word list. We've been doing word lists where we practice. And we practice writing some of them ourselves. If we write them, we can read them. If we read them, we can write them and use them in text and, understand what they mean. All right, go seize your day and do something fun.